Hello, everyone. Last week, I went to USCIS with some clients for a second interview, and while I was there, I received a handout about some services that are changing for USCIS. So I wanted to go over that today. I'm Raluca, and I provide immigration, estate planning, and family law services for my clients. And my marketing and office manager, Nina Clear, is here with me. Thank you for your likes, shares, and comments as they help others to see our videos.
Before we get to the change in services, can you tell us if you saw the government shutdown impacting the time you were at USCIS?
It's hard to say, but while USCIS has said that their services are not impacted because they are fee-based, I did spend a little bit longer amount of time there than I usually do.
Do you think that was because of the individual situation or the lack of workers because of the shutdown?
Well, in this case was more complicated than most. So that impacted the time there, but we were not called back for our appointment immediately. Either now or a few weeks ago when I went. In the past, they were pretty good about calling you when your appointment was scheduled. So I don't think the worker ratio has changed, but I cannot be certain.
So moving on to this handout, can you tell us what the changes are?
Sure. As of February 4th, 2019, USCIS will no longer accept walk-in requests or in-person information services, which they used to do through the InfoPath appointment.
Okay, and let's break that down. What would a walk-in request be?
There could be a number of things people would go in for in person. For example, requesting information when their case was taking too long. Maybe a client needed something such as a stamp in their passport, so that would help them to travel, work, or renew their driver's license while waiting for USCIS to make a decision in their case. And I would have them go to the USCIS and request that. But now it seems from this notice that USCIS will no longer offer those services.
So what do you recommend that somebody do then?
Until this goes into effect, I can't say 100%. Like I said, this starts February 4th, 2019. If you know something such as your driver's license is going to expire soon, I would recommend that you go immediately and ask for a stamp if you qualify. USCIS still has some instructions where they recommend people come in. I'm presuming all of that is going to change, but as of right now, we don't know what they're going to offer in the alternative, if anything. We'll post some links to their website where they offer online self-help assistance, but neither we nor our clients have had such much success with using them.
And when you were there this time, you actually recommended to your client they got a stamp when you were at your meeting, right?
Yes.
And so if somebody does have an appointment with the USCIS, bring your passport. If you know something's going to expire, ask them for a stamp then.
Yes.
And maybe that would help.
Because you might not have another opportunity.
So. Right. Because it doesn't sound good that they're saying, oh, we're not going to let you walk in and we're not going to let you set up appointments.
Yes. So immigration can be very frustrating, especially now the process takes much longer. A lot of what we do is hurry up and then we have to wait. We haven't found a workaround or being subject to their processing times. I had liaisons with AILA, American Immigration Lawyers Association, but they recently told me that USCIS said they will no longer work with them. So we lost that.
So we're still trying to find some,
yes.
Yes.
And
it's especially frustrating because people pay quite a bit in fees to USCIS. And that's one of the reasons that USCIS hasn't shut down completely, right?
Yes. And they actually may be raising the fees again. They usually do around February. But the service isn't improving, which makes everyone, including us, very frustrated. Someone told me once that they should take services out of their names, USCIS. So as we mentioned before, there are limited circumstances where you can pay a fee to perhaps speed up the processing of your application. We talked about that in another video, but USCIS has stopped accepting those too, and we don't know when they will reinstate them.
And we said perhaps speed up because they say, send us the extra fee and we'll try to process it faster. And if we don't, we'll just send you that fee back.
Yes.
So there's not really any, it doesn't mean you're going to get it faster even if you send the fee.
Exactly.
And basically what they are saying essentially is, we don't want your extra money. We're not going to move faster.
True.
So we all kind of picture the sloths from that movie.
Yes, from Zootopia.
Yes, from Zootopia. What do we think about those? So tell us about InfoPath.
Oh, yes, the infamous InfoPath.
And why do you say it like that?
Well, because it's well known that it is almost impossible to get an InfoPath appointment, and USCIS says that you can go online and make a free appointment to discuss things about your case. But as of today, that part of their website isn't even working. But even previously, people who tried to do so found out that there were rarely open appointments. You would have had to go online at midnight for a couple of weeks, and what you could get might be months away.
It felt like the lottery. Like people literally woke up at midnight just to go online to see if there was any open appointments. And
exactly, yes.
They were like, I got one, or, they
Right.
didn't. So it sounds like phasing that out might be a good thing. Or might not be a bad thing.
Well, most of people still prefer to talk to a human in person, and even if it took months to do so, they felt some relief in being able to schedule an appointment. Now you cannot even do that.
And unfortunately, even as an attorney, like we said, because they're not working with your liaisons, you really don't have a back door that gives you faster access to USCIS.
I don't, or I can say I don't anymore. What I do is use my expertise to send everything necessary as soon as possible with a strong legal argument supporting my client's application.
And we should point out that it isn't only government employees are slow or fast, absolutely. But the number of workers is small compared to the number of applications they are processing. And every year the application number goes up, and we don't see that they're getting more employees, right?
That's right. Plus, this administration is focusing actually on reducing immigration, so they are motivated to put workers in place to improve the processing time for applications. Even with this shutdown, a recent story online said that they are pulling E-Verify employees to work at USCIS, but they are assigning them to process NTAs.
And what does that mean?
NTAs are notices to appear. That means that deportation proceedings are starting against the individual who receives one.
And that doesn't sound good.
No, it's not.
So is there any good news with these changes?
Not yet. They did provide a list of areas of their website that might help you obtain case information. We will post a picture of the notice in the comments so that you can see if you can file, you can find help online.
And I can say from my personal experience, their virtual assistant, in quotes, Emma, is like no help at all. Yes. You go in, you're supposed to be able to chat with it, and you type your question and the send button stays lit up and never sends your question. And then after 3 minutes, she sends a thing saying, oh, if you want help, go here. And you keep sending your question. You're like, go through. It never goes through. And finally she says, I am shutting down since you have taken so long. And you feel like you should be one of those
Thank you for the help.
where they somebody destroys their computer because they're so frustrated.
It is frustrating.
So it's really frustrating.
And even if you go on USCIS website and it says case status and you go and put your information there, many times the status is not updated. So they keep on saying, oh, you should check your status here, but you know that you sent documents, you know you answered to some of their requests, and then you go there and their website is not updated, so it's not really a lot of help. Many times
the process is super frustrating for all of us. So let us take your frustration, and we'll just destroy our computers, and you won't have to.
Exactly. So that's why, I mean, we recommend you to hire an attorney, not that it automatically makes it less frustrating, but hopefully their expertise will allow your case to be processed as quickly as possible, because when we send your case, they have already all the information, so they just have to process it. So you don't have any additional delays.
Right. And I'd also like to add, please, if you hire an attorney, do it sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. So many times people come to me when they have 5 days left to respond when they were given 30 days. So hiring an attorney sooner rather than later will not only make it so that you aren't paying more for a rush fee, but it will give your attorney time to make the best legal argument for your case and ensure that your whole application is complete when submitted the first time. Remember, the USCIS, we talked about this in another video, has a new policy that they can reject incomplete applications and even start deportation procedures against people that were denied their application. So thank you so much for watching today. Remember, we are always here to help, and we welcome your questions. See you tomorrow.